Hi everyone, it's Jana Wunderlich here. I hope you're all well. I thought I'll drop in and do a little live to talk about, basically to ask you a question. When are you starting to make it about you? Because here's the thing, until you make it about you, nothing else will change. Now, where am I coming from with that? The thing is that you're always focusing on others, right? You might be having a family, you might be a mom, you might have a partner, husband, you might have grandchildren, who knows? You have your organization, you want to make an impact, you have clients. There's all these other things that you're doing. Most of you are actually working in multiple organizations, volunteering and wanting to do something else and helping else somewhere in some other organization. You all have really big plans and really great goals of making that impact. But realize that it is always about others and about giving and helping, which is amazing because, it comes from a passion, but where it also comes from is from some kind of lack energy. And that energy is all about fulfilling a need. And often it is around, might be proving our independence, and might be, proving that we can do it, especially as women, showing that, we can make that difference, we can do it alone, all sorts of things. And I'm really familiar with that, and I recognize it really easily because I was all about that. So I give you a bit of background. I actually grew up in East Germany, so in socialism until I was about 10, and the wall came down. So I grew up behind the Iron Curtain, and it had like for everyone else, it had a big impact on my life and how I saw life. And I grew up with the notion that, you have to work hard to really achieve something, and also with the notion that it is all about the community and helping others and everyone being equal. And earning money was kind of seen as a little bit evil. And so that's all the stuff that I grew up with and took into my working life. So it's really, it's always been all around community. So it's no surprise that I ended up working with a lot of community organizations. I was working in community engagement. I was working with events, large-scale events, which was all about, getting lots of people to participate and be part of a bigger project. And I ended up working with volunteers because that was all about participation and engagement. And that was really driving me because it was about helping others and creating something for others, right? And I did work a lot. I overgave a lot. I was in events, it's really easy to overwork because you can work 24/7 for some of them. And I was burning out, like totally running myself into the ground. And at the time I was aware of self-care, like we all are. Of course, we know that it's important, and we know that we need to look after ourselves so we have more energy for everyone else. But it was really a concept for me. It was just it was really a concept. So it was like another item on my to-do list that I needed to tick off. And even if I prioritized it, because often I didn't, because it was just there were so many other priorities. But even if I did prioritize it, it just didn't make any real impact on my energy levels or how I felt about everything. Actually, on the contrary, it made me often feel more pressured to really get things done because I took out time to do something else. So most of the time I just decided to keep pushing on with whatever I needed to do, because eventually it'll all get better and I will have everything done, and I will magically have all the time I need. At the same time, I was also blaming everything else for my situation. So I was looking at the industry, I was looking at the market conditions, and nobody would really understand me, and it must have had to do with, me having a German background, and people in Australia must be thinking differently, and basically nobody could understand me. So I was thinking maybe it's cultural, maybe it's just not the right market for me. So I did everything I could to find a reason for why things were not working for me. Except for taking actual responsibility and owning the fact that it might have something to do with me and that I could change. And nothing really made a difference. Anything I tried, nothing made a difference until I really made it about me, which is the whole topic of today's conversation. So I realized, that none of the exercise I was doing, or the yoga classes I was going to, or the massages, or there's any self-care regime that I was doing actually mattered until I was able to really receive, and until I was able to allow myself to be, rather than putting everyone else first. Now that might be a bit of a concept right now, but I'd like you to have a think about that and sit with that for a little bit. Like, are you really able to receive? For example, if somebody gives you a present or offers you time, does that make you uncomfortable? How does that feel for you? And things like that. Like, I was really, really bad at receiving. And I noticed that is quite common, especially for women. And so the thing is, the whole well-being industry is actually laid out to make it sound so easy to step out of that, right? It all sounds like, oh, you just make time for yourself and everything will be better. But I didn't find that worked at all. And what I think it really requires is to take a real deep look at ourselves and to really look at, what's driving our actions? Why are we doing the things that we are doing? Why are we overworking? Why is it that we are always ending up in the same situations, no matter what we have tried? And it is becoming really obvious when we take this deep look, but I can't imagine having done that without the amazing mentors that I had around me. So what we do is often anchored in our childhood, or in it can be generational, and then there's this whole other layer of the societal trauma that women actually have to deal with, that is built in, because how women have been treated over centuries, and it's always only been a very short time that we have some equal rights. So that is not necessarily even something that is within you, but it is just in the society, and somehow we absorb that and take that on. So the good news about all of that is that is something that can be done, right? And it doesn't mean that we need to suffer forever. It doesn't mean that we need to take many, many years to work on ourselves to get through this. All it needs is a simple, powerful process to understand what's in the way, and to heal and step past what we are doing day in, day out to create the reality we are creating, right? So, but you gotta understand that it is about you. What you are creating in your organization and your life is created by you. So if we are taking it external to the organization, which is what I have done for many, many, many years, and blame, the industry or the market or the team or the manager or, anything else but ourselves, then it will just never change. We will need to take responsibility for what we are creating. So the thing that was really exciting for me when I realized that was that it's actually something we can change, right? I can't change the market, I can't change the industry. Perhaps I can impact the industry. But if I create what I have, then that is something that I can change. So that's exciting news. And that is also the reason why with a powerful process, it can be really quick to create that change. And we do that within 8 weeks. Other programs do that too. And that's why we can do that in such a short time. So if you want different outcomes, if you want a different reality, if you want a different life, when are you taking responsibility for what you are creating? Because until you make it about you, nothing will change. So if this resonates with you and you're ready to really transform something in your life and you're ready to really see a difference, then let's chat, get in touch, and let's organize a call and see where you're at, and we'll take it from there. All right, that's my message for today. I hope you're all well, and I speak to you soon. Bye.